Walk into any Masonic lodge and you'll be surrounded by geometric symbols, squares, compasses, triangles, and cubes. These aren't just decorative elements, they're the fundamental tools that secret societies have used for centuries to encode and transmit esoteric knowledge. But what makes these shapes so powerful that the most influential organizations in history have built their entire symbolic systems around them? I'm Dr. Marcus Thorne, and today I'm going to reveal why secret societies treat geometric shapes as sacred technology. What you're about to learn will change how you see not just Freemasonry, but the entire symbolic language that underlies Western civilization. Let me start with the most basic Masonic symbol: the square and compass. The square represents the material world, solid, stable, measurable. The compass represents the spiritual realm, infinite, circular, transcendent. When these symbols are combined, they represent the integration of material and spiritual consciousness. But here's what most people don't realize. This isn't just symbolic decoration. These geometric forms are psychological tools that affect human consciousness at a fundamental level. Ancient mystery schools discovered that different shapes trigger different mental states. The square promotes logical, structured thinking. The circle encourages intuitive, flowing awareness. The cube takes this principle even further. In esoteric traditions, the cube represents the material world's boundaries and limitations. It's associated with Saturn, the planetary archetype of time, discipline, and earthly control. When secret societies use cube symbolism, they're working with forces that can provide structure and order, but can also become prisons if misunderstood. This is why Masonic lodges are often built with cube-based architecture. The lodge room itself becomes a geometric meditation chamber where members practice working with these archetypal forces. The goal isn't to worship the shapes themselves, but to understand how geometric forms influence consciousness. Now, here's where it gets controversial. Some researchers argue that modern secret societies have corrupted these ancient teachings, using geometric symbolism not to elevate consciousness, but to control it. When you understand how shapes affect human psychology, you can use that knowledge to influence behavior on a massive scale. Look at how cube symbolism appears in government buildings, corporate headquarters, and financial institutions. The same geometric principles that were once used in mystery schools to develop spiritual insight are now being deployed in architecture and design to promote conformity and limitation. The Federal Reserve Building, major bank headquarters, and government office buildings all use cube-based designs. This isn't coincidence. It's the systematic application of geometric psychology to create environments that promote structured, limited thinking rather than creative, expansive awareness. But here's the crucial point. Geometric symbolism isn't inherently good or evil. It's a neutral technology that can be used for empowerment or control, depending on the intention behind it. The question is, are you conscious of how these symbols are affecting your mind, or are you being influenced without your awareness? I've spent years researching these patterns and documenting how they manifest in modern society. In my book, The Saturn Conspiracy: How Ancient Cube Worship Controls Modern Reality, I reveal how geometric symbolism has been weaponized in contemporary culture. You can grab your copy for just $2.99 using the link in the description below. The transformation begins with understanding that symbols have power. When you walk into a cube-shaped building, your consciousness is being subtly influenced by that geometric environment. When you see square and rectangular logos, your mind is being programmed to think within boundaries. Secret societies understand this power, which is why they preserved these teachings for centuries. The question is, will you remain unconscious of these influences, or will you learn to work with them consciously? Ancient mystery schools taught that geometric forms are the language of creation itself. The cube represents the material world structure, the circle represents spiritual infinity, and the triangle represents the integration of opposing forces. When you understand this language, you can begin to see reality as it truly is. Tomorrow, I'll show you how the same geometric principles appear in religious architecture around the world, creating a unified system of consciousness programming. But first, check out the Saturn conspiracy and start recognizing these patterns in your own environment. The ancient wisdom is still available to those who seek it. The question is, are you ready to see the hidden language that shapes human consciousness?